Lake scoreboard at 6:35 p.m. after the show at the band.
Check YouTube. Just to make sure. That sometimes lies to me. That's that.
GMC, Chrysler Dodge, even Ram. With over 100 used vehicles in stock, we have the area's largest selection. Not in stock, we'll find it. Favorite fake auto.
What's on the first minute? Is that? Finish 22.
The Mifflin County School District is proud to present the Mifflin County High School Marching Band. This year, the band presents the show, Medusa. The tale follows our hero, Perseus, as he hunts the evil Gorgon Medusa, a mythical creature that with one look can turn anyone to stone. Perseus' path will be a very challenging endeavor. Will our hero prevail, or become yet another one of Medusa's trophies? Music soloists are Reese Bennett on the trumpet and Aaliyah Deal. Guard soloists are Emily Banks, Natalie Aldrich, and Gabby Swanner. Actors are Lee Arahona as Medusa and Anna Miller as Perseus. The Mifflin County High School Marching Band is under the direction of Brandon T. Cayley. Assistant band directors are Samantha Gates, Mark Baylor, and Cassidy Mills. Music staff includes Carrie Cullen, Cassidy Mills, Kelly Wagner, and Mark Baylor. Percussion instruction is by Andrew Peck, Dawn Wagner, Cole Cullen, and Carly Croyle. Mallet percussion instruction is by Samantha Gates. Electronic keyboard, sound design and programming by Mark Baylor. Videographer is Logan Sharp. Color guard design, choreography, and instruction is by Charlie Joe Henry and Alyssa Hanford. Marching instruction is by Andrew Peck. Marching techs are Carrie Cullen, Cassidy Mills, Mark Baylor, Dawn Wagner, Cole Cullen, and Kelly Wagner. Drill design is by Richard Kane. Music is by Randall Stanridge. Percussion arrangement is by Andrew Peck, Samantha Gates, and Mark Baylor. The band and staff would like to thank the administration of the Mifflin County School District, Mifflin County High School, Junior High, and Middle School, as well as the members of the Mifflin County Music Boosters for all their continued support. Please welcome to the field the three-time tournament bands Pennsylvania state champions, the Mifflin County High School Marching Band.
See, this is what Roger brings back. This is what team here. I think that's the ball. 18 months. I have a little bit before I can play that. I have a little bit before I have to play that song. Yeah, maybe a few minutes. I time you to work. Yeah. They do it after the 16.
Hey, it's on that. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we direct your attention to the field for a special performance featuring our youth cheerleaders teaming up with our Mifflin County Husky cheerleading squad.
Well, no, I do something.
Hey, what do you think?
Let's hear it for our cheerleaders.
Hey, thanks for the heads up, guys. But thank goodness it got a little better. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Get through it like,
Yeah.
because right when you came up at the end of the
Yes. We got off the exit earlier, and with that, since I saw your thing, I was trying to avoid. So we went over that first exit earlier, kind of like 6th Street.
This is youth night here at Chapman Stadium. And Coach Breon and his staff have set tonight aside to recognize our youth football programs and to thank the coaches who are giving their time to these youngsters. Players, as your team name is called, join us on the field. First, you know them and you love them, the Burnham Bulldogs Special Needs Team. Next is the Burnham Bulldogs. Next is the Derry Decatur Cyclones. Next is the Kish Indians. Next is the McVeigh Eagles. And finally, from across the river, the Terrace Tigers.
check one.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the future of Friday Night Lights here at Chapman Stadium. Let's have one final round of applause for our youth cheerleaders, football players, and coaches. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Donald M. Chapman III Stadium. As tonight, Superintendent Vance Varner, Principal Kelly Campagna, and Athletic Director Tish McClay welcome the visiting Polar Bears from Northern High School. Husky fans, get on your feet. It's the mid-pen opener. Be loud, be proud, and welcome head coach Shane Breon and your Mifflin County Huskies.
But I mean, it's more than coming out. Ask Tish if they're coming out. Situations. Looks like they're ready. Looks like they're standing. Looks like they're do the dish back. She said they won't. They won't let him do the dish. So we'll wait. We'll bring Northern out first. And then we'll do Diana.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a Husky welcome to head coach Jeff Costello and the Northern York Polar Bears. At this time, please rise, and gentlemen, remove your caps. Or, if you are an active or retired member of the United States military, feel free to leave your hat on and offer a salute as we pause to honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Tonight, the anthem is being performed by local singer and recording artist and the director of our school's musicals at Mifflin County High School, Mr. Chris Rubel. Ladies and gentlemen, Francis Scott Key's Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad strokes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang, the bombs bursting, yeah, through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the whole of praise?
Thank you, Chris.
I'll call you later.
The Kishbank Field, representatives of
so far beyond that. In 1900, my grandfather, Avery Daisy, helped lay the foundation for what we know today.
Welcome to game number 2 here in the new stadium, and your lead quarterback Chase Hartung on screen will start us out. I'm Colston Niven.
I'm Aiden Stevens, and let me tell you guys, we have a great game on here on our hands tonight. Kish Bank is currently running an ad, so, you know, obviously Kish Bank Field, I'd like to start out and thank them for all this, one of the bigger donators for this complex, and Kish Bank Field, I mean, I love the name personally. I think it suits really well here in this rural county of Mifflin County.
Mifflin, we're just going to jump straight into it. We got about 5 minutes until game time. Last year, these two teams to overtime. Mifflin County started out great, up by about 14 points. They did not hold on to win. They lost 41-34 against Northern York, and now Northern York comes to Mifflin County here for game number 2. If you're wondering, both teams, Northern York, a loss. They did not score a point, 34-0 to Spring Grove in week 1, but Mifflin County, the exact opposite. Here in the debut of the new stadium, they shut out opposing Central Mountain 42-0. So Mifflin County looking to start 2-0, and Central Mountain look to get their first win on the year.
A little bit about last year's game. Bonin, the quarterback for the Polar Bears last year, went 12 for 18, 145 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, led the Polar Bears to a overtime victory. Bonin also had 17 carries for 90 yards in the victory as well. So Bonin really put the team on his back. But if we go back to last week, Bonin did get benched for the Polar Bears from Northern York. So we're going to see how that quarterback battle could pan out. So we have the coin toss going on as we speak. You're watching MCTV Football. He's Colston Div, and I'm Aiden Stevens. Colston, any final predictions before we get kickoff underway?
My official prediction, you're hearing it here first. I think Mifflin County, you know, these two teams coming off 2 completely separate games. And I feel like Northern York, you have to get this win if you want to have at least a little bit of momentum heading into week 3. But me personally, Mifflin County's coming off so much momentum. You know, a 42-0 win is nothing. Not bad at all. I think Mifflin County gets back in Northern York. I say they take it 27-17.
Yeah, and I mean, Northern York got outscored 18-0 in that first half, and then they got outscored another 16-0 in the second half. As for the stats for the Polar Bears, Bonin went 5 for 12. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Barnett, the junior who came in for the Polar Bears, he went 5 for 11 through 2 interceptions. So we're going to see a possibility of a quarterback mix-up here between both teams. So we'd like to thank, once again, everybody part of Kish Bank. And I'm gonna say this multiple times, but thank everybody part of the MCTV crew. Without them, this wouldn't be possible with this stream. You know, we got 2 camera people down in the field, got somebody up on the roof, and obviously everybody up here in the press box with the instant replay mechanic and the vMix to deciding what you guys see. So without them, none of this would be possible. Thank you to everybody part of the MCTV crew.
I feel like the main thing as we jump in here, Northern York, the main thing, if they want to win this game, is quarterback play. As Aiden said, they did not play well at all against Spring Grove. And if they want to beat Mifflin County, based off of what we saw last week, they're going to need much, much better quarterback play. Obviously, Hartung was very sharp in his week 1 performance, and he's looking to continue that here. He has no reason not to be here. Mifflin County trying to start 2-0. Northern York trying to get their first win. It's Northern York taking on Mifflin County here. Game 2 set to kick off right now.
Mifflin County kicking us off from left to right. The Polar Bears in the white jerseys, the Huskies in the purple. Mad Dodger Weaver, my apologies, is going to get us kicked off here from Kish Bank Field. 1-0 Huskies, 0-1 Polar Bears. Going to be underway any moment.
We saw last week Weaver was the kicker for kickoffs, but Beamer, who was our MVP, in my opinion, week 1, kicked the extra points as we are underway here in week number 2. Gonna try and return it here. He's gonna cut to the right side. He's got to move. all the way to about the 27-yard line there. That's number 32, Brody Leathery, the sophomore there with the kick return. A solid one at that. 1st and 10, Polar Bears.
They're going to have Bonin in the game here for the Polar Bears to start us off. Let's see what dynamic they run. According to the roster, they have multiple players at that fullback position, so look out to see some heavy formations, I formations, as Bonin's going to line up under center, one back in the backfield.
Northern York here, 1st and 10. Let's see what they start out with. Going to be a pitch plate to the left side, and he's going to be taken down there. Gabe Johnson with the carry. The junior, 5'11", 180, nowhere to go. And it's 2nd down.
Elijah Hauer was right there to finish off the tackle. Lowered his shoulder. He was very physical last week. So it'll be 2nd down and 11.
2nd down and 11, indeed. Not the start Northern York wants here against this home crowd. Northern York's going to be another handoff up the middle. He's going to get a little bit of a lane, but not much. It's going to be 3rd and long coming up for the Polar Bears.
On the run was Johnson. Once again, plays middle linebacker, running back, and punter. The 5'11 junior. Here's the first chance for the Neon student section with the Kishbank the Kishbank Towels. Bran Arn there with the tackle. It's 3rd down and 9 for the Polar Bears. Ran it on the first 2 plays. Sorry to interrupt you, Colston, but you ran it on the first 2 plays. You got to expect a pass here.
We saw Mifflin County last week. Obviously, Central Mountain did not pass it deep very much, as we are going to see 5 wide here for Central Mountain as we have motion here. Bootleg here, trying to scramble. Looking for someone. He's just going to throw it up, and it's incomplete. Plenty of time there for Bowen, but just nothing there. Mifflin County blankets, and the Polar Bears are 3 and out.
Nice job by the Huskies defensive line there to put pressure on Bonin there. Roll him out to the right, try and get him to bootleg back to the left. There was a little bit of broken coverage there, but the Huskies were able to get there just in time, and it'll be a 3 and out as Landon Haig will be back deep to receive the punt.
Gabe Johnson, your running back, also plays punter, so he'll be punting it away.
And we're going to have laundry for the first time today. It'll be false start against the Polar Bears.
So they're going to move back 5 yards. We saw Mifflin County there in week 1. They applied a lot of pressure on those punts against Central Mountain. Let's see if they can get some here.
So, we're looking around the Mid-Penn Conference. We got a couple games going on as well. We'll try and keep you guys keyed in. Redland is hosting Lower Dolphin tonight. And I believe we're going to have a whistle timeout called by the Huskies. We saw them use a couple timeouts earlier in the first half against Central Mountain. Use one not even 2 minutes into the game here, Colston.
As I said last week, it didn't come back to bite them against Central Mountain. But, different teams play different ways. Later in this game, that could come in big at like the 2-minute warning. You lose a timeout here only about 2 minutes in. That's a big loss for if they get the ball back 2 minutes left and you run out of time just because you don't have that timeout.
Tomorrow, Palmyra plays host to the reigning Mid-Penn champs in Mechanicsburg. Redland is playing host to Lower Dolphin. Waynesboro is at Gettysburg. And that leaves Shippensburg and Hershey, a big early season matchup here in this Mid-Penn Conference.
Our next game we will be announcing is football versus Hershey right here on MCTV. But obviously, that's a long ways away. That's the 12th. So just got to take it in right now here. Week 2 football. Polar Bears to punt off the hot start for the defense. Do they get some pressure here against Gabe Johnson?
Haig lines up at the Huskies' 46-yard line. Johnson at his own 16. Referee still trying to figure some things out. Get all the final details. Whistle blows. Here comes the punt.
It's going to be a high snap, but he will boot it away to Haig. That's a short one. They're not going to touch it. It's going to be about at the 47-yard line. Or the 49, of the Huskies. They're going to have a short field. We saw last week, Mifflin County, plenty of short fields as out comes Hartung and the Huskies here.
Obviously, some key players that you want to circle for this game. First off, Joel Beamer had a heck of a game last week. 2 touchdowns, had 6 extra points. But, you know, obviously losing a guy like Brendan Orr last year, those extra points don't seem as easy as we're going to have Christine lined up at quarterback on the opening play.
5 wide for Mifflin County here in motion. Going to be a keeper. Christine fighting for yardage. About 10. Let's see if they give him the first.
Nice job by the Huskies running. I wouldn't call that Wildcat, but Hartung usually in the quarterback position. There it was Christine, quarterback keeper, finds a lane, and they're going to put it 2nd and short. I thought he got the first down. They aren't going to give it to him. Christine back in at quarterback.
We will say it's actually not quarterback. This is Wildcat we're seeing from Mifflin County, as Christine can also play running back. So we'll see back in Wildcat. Going to keep it again, fighting for yardage. He's going to get to the outside, take a hit, close to the first down there. We'll see if they give it to him.
I'm shocked they didn't put him at the 40 because of forward progress. They're going to mark him short once again. I don't like that call, in all honesty.
Christine, obviously, no playing time last week. We're seeing Mifflin County start a little bit differently. Obviously, Christine, the quarterback, running back, that could come in handy on a trick play later.
They're going to have Christine out of the game, so it'll be Hartung lining up under center for this 3rd down and 1.
We'll see if Hartung here can get the first, as we've got fullback here in for Mifflin County, Aiden Dolbert.
He plays guard according to the roster. Here's 3rd and 1. And that one's going to get blown up in the backfield for a loss of 2. That'll be 4th and 3, and you got to go for it here, I think. Too good of field position to punt the ball, but too bad to not kick a field goal, too good to punt the ball. I like this call if you're Breon, the coach of the Huskies.
We'll see here, Hartung looking for the call here. It's going to be 4th and 3 at the 44, as now I believe they're going to bring in the punt unit.
Yep, made a late decision there with 15 on the play clock. So both teams go 3 and out. Once again, this might just be a whole mid-pen thing, but as soon as I say that, they move one of the pull.
Beamer is going to punt this one away. We've got
a flag.
Beamer getting some practice there as he goes to Christine. We'll see what the hold is for.
There was confusion by the Polar Bears. I believe it's going to be a penalty against the Huskies. Delay a game against Mifflin County.
Well, now
I don't hate that because, I mean,
you get more space for Beamer here. It's going to be now 4th and 8. Now they're definitely going to punt.
Yeah.
Beamer had some boomers, as I like to call it, last week. We'll see if he continues it here. Had no pressure, however, in week 1 in those punts against Central Mountain. We'll see if they get any here. Beamer here to punt. No pressure whatsoever as he kicks it away. Looking to return here for Northern York and Mifflin County all over it. The return there, Cash Keck, the junior. Love that name, Cash. But nothing there. Double returners there for the Polar Bears and nothing going for it. That's Jaden Smith, number 27, the senior with the tackle. And the Polar Bears back on offense after going 3 and out.
Nice job by the Huskies to rally to Cash on that one. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Polar Bears. 8 plays, 2 drives, 2 punts. Here is Bonin under center for 1st down.
We'll see what they can do here. It's going to be another handoff up the middle, and he's got some room, making a move all the way up to about the 40-yard line. Gabe Johnson, very talented running back here, the junior 5'11". Plays a lot of positions. That one he probably plays best.
Obviously there on 1st and 10, had the counter run, faked it to the right, went to the left. A gap opened up, and he exploded to it. Need to get to midfield for the 1st down. First down of the game, 7:20 left, 0-0 is our score. You're watching MCTV.
We'll see here what Bowen tries to do. We've had 1 pass, the rest rushes so far here for Northern York. And it's going to be read option, keeper there for the quarterback. Bowen tries to get something going there, cannot. The Huskies are there as it's going to be 2nd and 10, and now you're behind the sticks.
They're going to put it at 2nd and 8, actually, on that one. So it'll be 2nd and medium. 2nd and medium long. Depends really what you decide to do here. Obviously, Northern a more run-heavy team, so expect for them to do some kind. If I had to guess, I'd go back to that read option there.
They put in the senior there, number 85, Gilbert. So come to expect a pass here for Northern York. We'll see what they do here. It is going to be a pass. Bootleg once again. He's looking to throw deep. That one is caught all the way to the 35-yard line. Is Landon Giebel, the receiver senior, by himself. Good throw there by Bowen. And now Northern York driving.
Right over the head of Nevin Farley. He thought he could get to that ball. The receiver just got behind him. And Northern York on their 2 passing attempts, one, the pressure got to him. The one that they didn't, wide open gain and a gain of, I'd say, 30, 35 yards, puts the Polar Bears well within field goal range.
Polar Bears playing with a little bit of tempo here, trying to get something going. Now looking to the sideline. They're going to slow it down. Timeout, Northern York. So 6:20 left. They both use a timeout.
I'm not sure if I like that timeout call, Colston.
I mean, works in our favor, but as I said, those timeouts, whoever gets the ball with 2-ish minutes left, maybe 3, those timeouts can come in big if you want to score some points.
I know I said that time, but I love this view. I love this camp. I'm calling it a campus now. You got the football stadium, baseball, the whole 9 yards, and I just love it here. It truly gives college campus vibes.
So we get a shot of the cheerleaders here, now the band here, showing some love to the organization, to the fans, We had the band up here earlier if you weren't here, so you can scroll back if you really want. As they're doing something.
They're playing, Colston. That's what the band does.
1st and 10. They're going to say at the 25 here for Northern York. The Polar Bears coming off a about 35-yard bootleg pass there to Landon there. So they're looking for something here. Heavy formation here for Bowen. It's going to be a fake, a give up the middle to the fullback. That's Gavin Buick.
Nice job by the Polar Bears offensive coordinator on that one. Faked the handoff up the middle. Gave it to the tight end who was in motion, just snuck through there for a gain of 8.
Buick can play either fullback or tight end. He gets the handoff there for a gain of 8. So now at the 17, let's see what they do. Same formation here for Northern York. That one a pitch play to the outside. Looking to make a move there.
It'll be close.
We saw last week Northern York, a very run-heavy team, but they do switch it up. Those pitch plays, inside runs. That one, the pitch, they've done twice. No succession on either side. And now it's going to be 3rd and 1.
I'd get loud here, heading towards the dog pound. It's 3rd and 1 inside the Huskies' red zone.
We saw Mifflin County started slow against Central Mountain. As we're going to have I formation here for Northern York in motion. Let's see what they do here. They're going to give just straight up the middle to Johnston. He's going to have the 1st down, I believe.
Nice way to run right through the A gap. 3rd and 1. A run-heavy team runs the ball, and just good job by the offensive line there up front. And then the running back just converting that hole into a 1st down. You need to get to the 2-yard line. Not saying it's impossible to move the sticks here, but it's practically goal to go, I'd say.
We'll see what Northern York does. They're a very run-heavy team, same as last week. The difference was they got stuffed. So they had to force to pass, and they weren't very effective, as we're going to have another stoppage in play.
This will move.
That's going to be a flag, I believe, against Mifflin County. We'll see what the call is, though.
Too many men on the field? Legal substitution, that's what it is. Our apologies on that. So it'll be 1st and 15 now.
Illegal substitution against Northern York.
So now, you say goal to go. You got 17 yards to go. Clock's going to keep ticking here. 4:30 left in this 1st quarter. No score here for either side. But Northern York trying to strike first here.
Need to go 17 yards to get into the end zone. Under center. Play action pass rolling out looking for a receiver. Receiver cuts upfield, throws for the end zone, overthrown. It'll be 2nd and 15.
Going for Giedel again. Got him on the deep ball there. We've seen a lot of bootlegs here so far for Northern York, but there is a penalty flag.
There's a penalty marker on the play.
Lots of laundry here to start out. That's going to be holding against Northern York.
Against Northern York.
This looks, I don't know how many of the viewers currently watching remembered last year, but there was a game Mifflin County went up against Lower Dolphin. They had a 3rd and goal at the 40-yard line, but here it's 1st and 25, or did they decline? They might have declined that penalty.
They took it. It's going to be 1st and 25. So they've got a long way to go if they want to get a first down or even a touchdown.
I'd be more worried about getting in field goal range here because, I mean, high school kicker, what? You said they had a freshman kicker before in pregame?
I believe it is the freshman here, unless there is somebody else on this roster that can kick. But so far now, you got to be expecting pass. If you're Mifflin County, they're going to take it. High ball, that intercepted by Rich Christine. Trying to stay on his feet to the 40. Down the sideline, he's out of bounds. And around the 50, and that's exactly what Mifflin County needs.
Reese Christine had a game-winning interception last year against Waynesboro. He comes up with a pivotal one here against Northern York, my apologies. And Mifflin County is going to get the ball around midfield as we're going to go to the instant replay right here. Had the tight end kind of on a fade. Christine diving interception. Nearly stumbles over himself, regains his footing. He'll go out of bounds officially at the 48-yard line of Mifflin County. And the Huskies looking to try and take the lead. Just under 4 minutes remaining in quarter number 1. 0-0 is our score. Both teams have 2 timeouts. Mifflin County went 3 and out on their opening drive. It was Northern York went 3 and out. Mifflin County went 3 and out. Northern York just had that drive that ended in the interception. So this is the 4th drive of the game, 0 points. We went from 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line to 1st and 25, and that really threw off the drive for this run-heavy offense, Colston.
As we said, they're a very run-heavy team, and when they try to pass, we've seen them try to go deep. It hasn't been working. We're going to get a check down here. Hartung to the running back, trying to fight for yardage there. Nothing going for Mifflin County there. We saw Hartung here. They had great blocking in Central Mountain on those little short plays. That one's not going to go anywhere. No gain. 2nd and 10.
Tried to hit I guess you'd call that a halfback swing or a screen, as Coach Breon talking to Chase Hartung, getting the play call to their quarterback. Huskies very senior and junior heavy. We touched based on that in the first game. Only 2 non-junior or senior players for the Huskies. So you've built this 2 years of leadership in this team, Colston. You really got to capitalize. Make a strong push into the playoffs. Hartung, toss play to Strohecker on the outside. He'll bounce it, try and get yardage. He won't be able to get back to the line. It'll be 3rd down and 11, maybe 12.
What's interesting there for Mifflin County on 2nd down there, they had 4 receivers and no tight ends, and they took the handoff there. We've seen Mifflin County on these first few plays of the game for offense try to run it. It has not been successful. It's going to be 3rd and long. Strohecker here, my breakout player, or at least it should be, but so far here Northern York has been stuffing him. It's going to be 3rd and 12.
What confuses me, Colston, is Mifflin County looked so good last week in the air. They're running the ball on 1st and 2nd down. Mifflin County last week threw the ball, and that is not a false start. Tipped at the line, incomplete. And after the interception by Christine, it'll be another 3 and out.
We saw Mifflin County here both drives now with pretty good field position, a chance to strike, and they have not gotten yardage against this Northern York defense. Exactly what the Polar Bears want if they want to keep that momentum on the side. You saw their offense get some big chunk plays, the run play up the middle with Johnston, and obviously the bootleg there for 35 for Landon. And now Beamer is going to have to punt again here on 4th and 12. Once again, here for Northern York, they're going to have 2 returners as Beamer punts it away.
Line drive punt.
Northern York will not touch it. It's going to go to about the 16-yard line picked up there by Easton Zook, the senior.
16-yard line.
And Northern York, once again, a long field, 84 yards to go. 2:49 left to go here. No score here, first quarter.
Last year, these two teams had a shootout, like you said, 34-41 overtime score. We were talking about an hour before the game. I said, don't be shocked if this game is low scoring. Obviously, with Northern York, the run-heavy team, Mifflin County gets off to these slow starts as we saw last week. Don't be shocked if this is such a low-scoring game, especially compared to last year.
Going to be a pitch play there once again to Johnston. He's fighting for yardage, bouncing around. Going to be close to the first down.
They're going to give it to him. First down, Polar Bears.
We've seen Johnston here. Week 1, not much going for him. Week 2 here against Mifflin County, he's been able to get some lanes. He's a very shifty player. Doesn't like to put his head down a lot, but does like to get that extra yardage after the fact. That's where he does most of his damage, and you don't want to see him in the open field. It's going to be 1st and 10. Polar Bears at the 28-yard line after the gain of 11.
It'll be quads to the far side of the field if you include the tight end. We're going to have false start here against the Polar Bears.
Those can be drive killers we saw last time.
I believe it's a timeout. Hold on.
Timeout.
It is a timeout.
So Northern York, as we said here, 2 timeouts taken here, and we're not even out of the first quarter yet. I wouldn't say that's exactly what you want to do here, because now, unless they use it again here before this quarter ends, you only have 1 timeout if you have a late before halftime drive. And that's not what you want. As Aiden said here, Northern York, both these teams so far been run heavy. We saw Mifflin County there last week against Central Mountain, a very, evenly distributed team. They could pass, they could run. But so far, it's been all run. Obviously, we had some Wildcat there, which is new. We did not have that last week. But I feel like for Mifflin County, you get that third drive going. They're starting slow once again, but their defense has held up so far.
Something that I really liked about running Wildcat is you ran it early in the game. You don't want to try and make these new plays or come up with these new ideas late in the third quarter when you still have a chance. Here is 1st and 10.
Going to be another read option here, keeper quarterback, and that's going to be a great tackle there for, I believe,
Brian Arend.
Tackle by number 44,
Brian Arend, the first one there, the sophomore. He was a wrestler, younger brother of Avery Arend, who obviously really did it all here. He played football, he wrestled competitively too.
Trying to fill those shoes, and he makes a great tackle there, textbook tackle there for no gain. Maybe an inch. It's going to be, they're going to call it 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, 1:45 left here in this first quarter has flown by. If you're just joining us, we welcome you all to Mifflin County Football on MCTV. He's Colston Diven. I'm Aiden Stevens. Here's 2nd and 9.
We're going to have another pitch play to Johnston. It's going to be a running back pass. He's going to throw deep, and that's going to be a flag. Right now, it's a pick by Christine. Trying to go up the field, and he's going to lose the ball. Mifflin County will fall on it, but this is probably going to be headed back.
Pass interference on Nevin Farley there. That's what it's going to be. Christine nearly had a second pick of the game. And this might just be me, but I think that ball, whether there was or was not contact, I still think that ball was not catchable for the receiver. And obviously that is a key part to the pass interference. But at the end of the day, the penalty flag flies. The official's word is final. And it is a first down for the Polar Bears at the 44-yard line.
Obviously, I don't like that. The play call, running back pass, you don't see it often. I like the play call. The problem is that he threw into double coverage, and that's not what you want to do. Obviously, he threw at Christine, who already has a pick on the day. So I feel like if you want to do those trick plays, you got to be more careful. So
Once again, I'd like doing the trick plays early. I don't hate the call. So here's another one. Tight end keeper up the middle, fighting for a gain of 10. That worked earlier in the drive, got 8. This one's going to get 9, maybe 10, and it'll be close to the yards to gain. It's going to be 2nd and inches.
Buick here, only 5'8", as that tight end fullback slot. and he's trying to fight for yardage there. We've seen both times. He's gotten plenty of yardage. And it's going to be 9 yards there for a short 2nd and 1. Heavy formation once again here for Northern York. The second time last time, a PA boot that ended in a pick. This one a pitch to the outside here, trying to get some yardage. Fighting for yardage number there. Right there is number 20, Jackson Taree, the senior running back.
40 seconds left. First down, Northern. For the second time, they are really moving this ball in this first quarter. Obviously, last time the interception to Christine. But this time, they're running the ball. Their one pass attempt was going back to that trick play, actually. The reason he threw that is he was the only receiver downfield. On a trick play like that, you can't have 3 or 4 receivers run down the field for a possible play. So here's 1st and 10.
I formation here. It's going to be another keeper up the middle. And once again, fighting for yardage there is going to be Jackson Taree, the senior. He knows how to fight for yardage. He's done this for a while. And once again, a solid gain for Northern York. It seems like so far the main thing here is going to be the line of scrimmage. Whoever wins that battle, because it's been very run-heavy here for Northern York. We'll see if they run another play here.
They don't have to. Northern York obviously running some smash-mouth football, as I like to call it. Here's 7 seconds left. Handoff up the middle. Last play of the quarter. Falls forward. It'll be 3rd and 1 when we return. Through 1, 0-0's our score. You're watching Mifflin County football on MCTV.
Hard tongue there on the sideline here as we start the second quarter of football. 0-0 your score. You're coming back on a pivotal down. 3rd and 2 at the 32 for the Huskies. Or 3rd and 2 for the Polar Bears at the Huskies 32.
You've been running the ball so well so far tonight. Why not keep it up if you're Northern York? Heavy set here, fullback receiver in motion, fullback in the field of play.
It's going to be yet another handoff up the middle to Johnston. Fighting for yardage here. He's going to have the first down. The tackle there by Christine.
And obviously, I mean, Mifflin County started out slow. But we go back to last week, scored 0 points in the first quarter against Central Mountain. We won that game 42-0 at the end of at the final blow of the whistle. So Mifflin County started slow last week. I'm not sure if they'll be able to put up 42. But with how sluggish this game's been, how slow-paced, I don't think you're going to need to score. I think the goal right now that you want to get to is 20 in this game if you want to secure the win. 20 points is the goal right now.
We've seen lots of I formation. They're going back to it. Going to be a read option. No give to the fullback, quarterback, keeper. Going to be right up the middle. A solid gain there.
Bowen on the carry.
Bowen on the carry. Going to be about a gain of maybe 4.
Interesting play call right there because it was a read option. Could have gave it to the fullback, could have kept it himself. But he didn't give it to the fullback, which means you usually bounce it outside on those read options. He just followed the fullback's lane. Interesting call there, or interesting read by the quarterback, Bonin, as it'll be 2nd and 6 coming up.
We've seen so far tonight, Northern York, lots of substitutions. Mifflin County, not so much. Northern York, they want to try and play some trickery, switch those formations around, as now we're going to have quarterback, running back, side by side. Could be yet another quarterback keeper up the middle. Close there, and it looks like he's going to get the first. Bowen here, he can run. A lot of these players here and Northern York can run. They did it a lot last week, and they're having much more success this week. Going to be first down for the Polar Bears.
Now, last year against the Huskies, Northern York ran the, or I guess I should say Bonin ran the ball 17 times for the Polar Bears. He's on pace to probably break that. He's close to, I think he'll be close to 20 by the end of the night. Here's 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Once again, I formation. What do they try here? Just another handoff. That one, Mifflin County is there. It's going to be Trey Smith and Corbin Yoder both there to wrap them up. They say they're sick of this.
I mean, I know they have ran that trick play before, the halfback pass, but still, I think you still bring more Huskies with how little this Northern York passing attack has done. I mean, they've obviously had that 35-yard play, which led to the interception later in that drive, but here comes 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 behind the sticks here. Going to be 5 wide. They're going to throw it quick and high. Caught there in a great tackle. Caught there was Cash Keck. Love that name. As it's going to be a short gain here in 3rd down. Once again, the Huskies, you see them get Northern York into that red zone, but they're once again slowing down.
I mean, right there, the Huskies brought 6 man coverage. The out route by the tight end just broke off. Here comes 3rd down and 11.
Dodger Weaver there is going to have the tackle. Great tackle by him. It's going to be 3rd and long here. You got to expect a pass here if you're Mifflin County. But obviously, not much room here for defense.
So I believe we're going to have a false start or an illegal motion. Offsides against Mifflin County. This moves a 3rd and 11 to a 3rd and 6. And I would not be shocked if Northern runs this ball twice. They've been getting 4 or 5 yards per run against this Huskies defense, especially after that first drive. So I would not be shocked if Northern runs this ball twice. If they run it, they're definitely going for it on 4th. I truly think you could go either way, and it would be the right answer here if you're Northern York.
3rd and 6 here. They're going to call it. We'll see what they do here, but obviously that's a backbreaker for Mifflin County if you can't get the stop. Quarterback run, designed run, trying to get the 1st down. He's going to make a move, and it's going to be close.
I think he's a half yard short, what I would call it, and I believe the officials are going to call it with that. The far official has his fist in the air signaling 4th down, and the near official agrees. 4th down and inches. They ran it. I think they'll run it again here.
Biggest play of the night so far with about 8 minutes and some change. We'll see. Do we have our first 4th down conversion? These critical in any football game, and obviously in the red zone with less than 10 yards to go. Here's 4th and 1 here for the Polar Bears. Heavy set once again. Timeout. We'll see who it's for.
He's, I believe, the North York head coach. Head coach Jeff Costello is upset with the play clock. Gets the play clock increased back up to 25 seconds. So once again, it'll be 4th and 1 in the Polar Bear, inside the Mifflin County golden zone, 10 yards.
We saw last week, it didn't happen often, but we saw a bit of a tush push there from Northern York. Let's see if they tried here. This quarterback can run and push for yardage. In that heavy set to do it, if they would. 4th and 1. Just going to be a simple handoff up the middle. He's going to fight and get it.
Nice job by Northern right there. Push their way through the middle, and it'll be 1st and goal at the 7.
Only needed 1, and he got 2. About as close as you can get. No chance for a 1st down now.
They have it officially marked at the 6-yard line. Here comes 1st and 6. Bonin under center. I formation. Man in motion.
They've had a lot of motion here. They're going to try yet another handoff. Christine tried to get him, but the rest are there to help. 2nd and goal here, about the same distance.
Got stuffed like a corn dog on that one. Get back to the line, maybe if that. Yoder, the first one there. It'll be 2nd and 6 still.
Yoder, a couple plays here on this drive, has been able to get to that backfield as they're going to switch players here. Once again, that senior tight end coming in, a bit more of a receiving threat, bigger build. So let's see if Northern York tries to pass it. Still have at least 2 more downs to go.
I mean, you went for it already once inside the 10 and calls timeout. That's their final timeout of the half, Golston.
We've seen Northern York not with much tempo. Not much tempo here so far for Northern York. And now they have no timeouts left. You can tell the coach ain't happy about that. 6:28 left here in the first half. You have no score here. We'll be right back right after this.
We welcome you back to MCTV Live Football. He's Colston Devon. I'm Aiden Stevens, and we have 2nd and goal at the 6. No timeouts left for Northern. No score by either team. Good old smash mouth football here by the Polar Bears, as here's 2nd and goal.
We'll see here another man in motion. Let's see if they try that pass attack on the bootleg. They try it again. That's a floater, and it's intercepted.
What a interception for the Huskies. Their 2nd interception inside the red zone. As let's go to the instant replay here for Mifflin County. What a play from the Huskies inside their own end zone, and they'll get the ball inside the 20.
That's Lucas Hartung there. He can play corner and running back. We saw a little bit of him late last week, and we saw him there jump the route. The junior, once again, making a big play for the Huskies. One-on-one ball. Huskies more physical. And let's see if Mifflin County gets some momentum here.
At the 20.
Hartung and company here. 1st and 10 at the 20. You see what they try and do here. It's just going to be another handoff. Strohecker. He fights for yardage. Right up the middle there. Probably their best run of the night so far.
Gain of 8 on that one.
Gain of 7 yards.
They'll call it 7, actually. 2nd and 3 coming up.
And 56 time.
Once again, Strohecker here. Mifflin County hasn't had many lanes, but really time of possession has been the Polar Bears side all night so far. Let's see if Mifflin County can get something going.
This has all been Polar Bears so far. The Huskies' 2 offensive drives have gone 3 and out. This is probably the best drive that they put together so far, and it's only 1 play in. Here's 2nd and 2.
We'll see here. Flip play. It's going to give to Haig.
Uh-oh.
Haig, his first touch of the night. All of the Polar Bears are there sniffing it out, but that's going to be Mifflin County's first down, their first of the night.
Nice reverse there. Good call by Coach Breon. Went right to Hartung. Hartung rolled out to the right. There was a Landon Haig in motion, and I thought that run could have broke off bigger right there. Cuts the edge of one, gets the edge of the second one, as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
Mifflin County here, a bit of momentum now after 2 picks on defense and also the first down. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38 for Hartung. Strohecker the back.
Penalty flag here.
Penalty marker on the play.
Is it an equipment penalty on Haig? Offsides against Landon Haig.
Offsides against the Huskies.
An offensive offside.
You don't see that often. I believe actually the penalty, I think at the end here, Haig, his helmet came off and he stayed on the field. He's going to
Well, they wouldn't
stay
call that
out.
an offside, though. That's the thing. That really puzzles me.
Haig will come out in his Dodger Weaver as the receiver. Now, that sets things back to 1st and 15.
It'll be Tripp's far side of the field, Strohecker to his right. It'll be Beamer one-on-one at the bottom of the far side of your screen.
Hartung here to throw quick. That's caught. Fighting for yardage there. Plenty of people there. He will not go down. Exactly what you want to see, the fight there.
Hartung's pass complete to number 3, Dom Sinnott.
Dom Sinek on the reception right there. Caught the ball at the line of the original line of scrimmage. He fought for about 4 more yards. It'll be 2nd and 7. Here comes 2nd and 7 at the 43. Hartung, shotgun, Trips far side of the screen. Handoff up the middle to Strohecker. He's got a lane, and it's enough for a Huskies first down.
We've seen Mifflin County here. These first 2 drives, not much going, but they try the passing attack there. It's a solid gain of 8. You go to the run, just straight up the middle, and they get the blocks they need. It's 8 there on 2nd and 7, and another Huskies first down. They're going to play with some tempo here with 4 minutes left to go at the 50-yard line.
I like this, going no huddle here.
Just going to give back to Strohecker there. Fighting for yardage there. I feel like he could have cut it left there, but still a solid gain.
6'2", 205 is what not Evan Strohecker. Thank him on the sideline here, running the camera. Jackson Strohecker, the brother of Evan, ran into 6'2", 205 Ty Winter, defensive lineman right there after the gain of 2. Speaking of Evan Strohecker, I'd like to thank everybody a part of the MCTV crew. Without them, none of this would be possible. Thank you all for what you do as it's 2nd and 8, 3 minutes left to go in first half action here at Kishbank Field.
2nd and 8 here at the 48. Hartung looking to pass. Got plenty of time. That one is caught. Pushing him back there is the Polar Bears, but he never goes down. They'll blow the whistle. That's Joel Beamer there, his first catch.
Joel Beamer had the MVP performance I would have given at least in that first game against Central Mountain. Here's 3rd and 2 for the Huskies. Nevin Farley's going to check out of the game, and Aiden Daubert is going to check in for him.
Daubert, usually a blocker, so we'll see here if Mifflin County tries to run. We've seen them mostly go inside here. 3rd and 2. Let's see what they get here.
They have Haig double-teamed at just the top of your screen.
Just a give to Strohecker up the middle. He's going to fight for some, and he's going to get a first down. Mifflin County, for the first time tonight, truly driving here on this Polar Bears defense.
Jackson Strohecker, a run up the middle on 3rd and 2. I like the call. A run up the middle on 3rd down says, you know, if we don't get it, we're going to go for it on this next play. 1st and 10, need to get to the 27 for a first down.
Approaching the 2-minute warning here. Still scoreless here, as Aiden said. He wanted a low-scoring game, and he's getting one. Plenty of rushes, smash mouth football, I formation, all of that.
Old school.
Hartung here is going to pass it quick there to Dom. Going up the field. Once again, a good fight for yardage on a gain of 5.
Hartung's pass is complete to number 3, Dom.
Now, obviously, the Huskies using the pass, using the air more, and that is working for the Huskies. I think that's going to be the key in the second half for Mifflin County if they want to win this game.
Less than 2 minutes left to go here. No 2-minute warning for you. Mifflin County here got 2 timeouts. So still really plenty of time. Farley is back in the game at receiver for Mifflin County, signaling to the coach. Seeing what he needs to do here. We're going to have a timeout here for the Huskies.
I don't understand why you wouldn't call that earlier. Plus, something that you guys couldn't see on the screen, Joel Beamer had a one-on-one on the near side of the field with Landon Jidel on that one. I would have thrown that one-on-one ball up. I mean, we saw what he did last week. Incredible sideline catch towards the near sideline. I am shocked with the timeout call, not just because of the timing, because I like this call. You have 80 seconds to get 40 yards. I like it. I just don't like the timing of it, if that makes sense. Because you let good 10, 15 seconds run off the clock before you called that timeout, Colston.
Minute 22. We'll take a break for about 30 seconds. We'll be right back right after this. Screw the 30 seconds. We're back here quick. Minute 22 left in this first half. It's going to be 2nd and 5 at the 33 for the Huskies.
Once again, it looks like man coverage here. Watch out for the Polar Bears to send pressure.
Hartung here looking to throw up the middle. He's going to send a floater. Hitting them late, and there go the fouls.
I mean, absolutely just shoved them to the ground. Never even looked at the ball. That'll be a Husky first down.
Nevin Farley, the intended target, but obviously no chance of that as they laid the shoulder down. You can see the Polar Bears with that penalty. They're getting a little frustrated here with Mifflin County driving.
It's the frustration of the offense of what the key thing is here. So we're going to see the penalty markers fly in one more time.
You can see Dom running over to Farley saying, that's some good stuff right there. Mifflin County are going to get plenty of yardage.
And also the key thing with that, the clock stops as well. You're left with 77 seconds left in first half action. Mifflin County's going to get the ball at the spot of the foul, which is the 18-yard line. Trips near side of the field. It'll be Farley, Dom, and Beamer on the near side. It'll be Haig on the far side.
That'll be 15 yards, not the spot of the foul. So let's see what Hartung here, first time in the red zone, can do. They'll pass again. Hartung, plenty of time. Short there to Haig. The senior trying to make a move. He'll cut back outside. Plenty of Polar Bears there trying to get it out. They cannot, and they'll stop it there on forward progress.
Huskies got to get back to the line quick. We're at 60 seconds, 1 minute left. And, you know, forward progress didn't get out of bounds. I know Haig was trying to fight there, but if you're the Huskies, I don't understand why you're not trying to hurry this up as quick as you can. 45 now left on the game clock.
Lucas Hartung checking in here at running back for Mifflin County. 40 seconds left to go. Mifflin County with 1 timeout left. Let's see if they attempt to pass again. It's been successful thus far, and they will. Quick to Hartung. That one caught. Takes a hit. Breaks off the tackle. Touchdown, Huskies.
Lucas Hartung just showed him who was boss as he absolutely laid the shoulder down. Looks like he's in some pain, but what a job by Hartung. Let's hope he's okay. But he fought his way hard into the end zone. He is down. That looked like a gruesome hit. It was pure adrenaline from the first point of contact. Let's hope he's okay. Let's go back to the replay. Caught by Hartung, able to stay up on his feet. I don't know how he stayed up there, and he got into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
Hartung here, MVP so far. Had a pick on one side, the touchdown on the other. We hope he's okay. Had a touchdown last week as well.
He's walking, so that's the good. He's up. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him. And after that play, I don't see why you wouldn't have the wind knocked out of you.
Hartung here, we take a look at him. You know, as we're going to probably head into halftime, he's the MVP for the Huskies so far. Great plays from him. His first play on offense, catch, broken tackle, and a touchdown. Great start for him. Beamer to kick to make it a 7-point game.
It's not the first time he found the end zone. The other time was on the defensive side. The extra point is up and good. Huskies lead 7-0. 28 ticks left in the first half as the lights go off here in Mifflin County. 28 seconds left. 7-0 our score. You're watching Mifflin County football on MCTV.
Tonight's 50-50 winner is the white ticket.
7-0 our score. Lucas Hartung with a 12-yard reception for a touchdown. Able to fight his way, break off a tackler, and puts the lone score up on the board. 28 seconds left to go in half number one. He's Colston Diven. I'm Aiden Stevens. You're watching Mifflin County football on MCTV.
As of right now, Northern York, no timeouts. As we said, those timeouts can come back to bite you because Mifflin County gets it to start the second half. If they can hold them for these 28 seconds, they have most of the momentum here. As we're going to have Dodger Weaver kick it away here for Northern York. Going to try and return here. 3 returners back there.
Uh-oh. Ball! Huskies fall on top of it, I believe.
Mifflin County, your clock is still ticking here. It stops at 17. And Mifflin County's got it. Gavin Harrington picks it up. And the Huskies, short field and still a timeout to go.
As we look at the replay, what a play by Mifflin County. Can we get the replay one more time, please? Here it is. Kickoff return had a great hole to break through. Ball pops out right there. Mifflin County, around 3 or 4 Huskies able to fall on top of it. And with 17 seconds left to go in half number one, Huskies have a short field. And we can possibly see for the first time Joel Beamer use his leg in a far distance kick.
Trey Smith forced it. Harrington picked it up as Hartung here starts with a pass. Short to Strohecker here, trying to fight for some yardage.
Oh no, Haig down. Landon
is
Haig's down.
Jackson Strohecker.
Their clock will stop.
No.
Clock will stop with 7 seconds left.
He's reaching for that knee.
That will force Mifflin County to use their final timeout. But Haig, the number 1 receiver, down on the field.
Oh, that.
He went down about halfway through the play. I think he took a hit to the knee.
Oh, he went down. And let's hope he's okay. 7 seconds left in the half. And what has been a spectacular last 30 seconds of the half for Mifflin County.
Haig trying to walk it off there. You like to see that. Wobbling. We'll see if he returns.
Good news is halftime's right around the corner, so he'll be able to rest up that knee. He'll probably go straight to the locker room. I wouldn't blame him. A lot of grit out of Landon Haig. He's had a quiet year so far, but last season he truly broke out as the Mifflin County future at the receiver position.
We'll see what Mifflin County tries to do. They do keep the timeout. My apologies. 7 seconds. You can either go short, try to set up the field goal and get down quick, or Hail Mary here and try and make it a 14-point lead. Let's see what Hartung tries to do here. 2nd and 3 at the 33, trying to set up Beamer.
Hail Mary.
Hartung will throw. Going to be a Hail Mary.
Is it a Mifco miracle? He caught it!
Touchdown, Huskies!
Oh my goodness! The Mifco miracle number 2! A Hail Mary! 000 on the clock. Another Hail Mary. Looks like one from last year, and Mifflin County leads 13, possibly 14-0.
Dominic, they call him Dom, and he's going to be the bomb touchdown here. Up 13, you just see a floater. Great pass by Hartung. He just jumps up and snags it.
Unbelievable. That is the second time a touchdown late in the first half has probably taken play of the game. Beamer's extra point up and good. And that's how the first half ends. 14-0. You're watching MCTV. Colston, give us your halftime report real quick.
Mifflin County here. They started out incredibly slow. Obviously, we had Northern York here, the quick start off the red zone twice, picked off twice, and obviously Lucas Hartung the pick the last time and the touchdown the next. And obviously the fumble there forced by Trey Smith, picked up by Harrington, a monumental play. That gives Mifflin County all the momentum.
And, sorry to interrupt.
And obviously to end the half there, Dom jumping up. One-on-one, they do it again. And it's now 14-0. We see Hartung. He's looking to the fans saying, I'm here. 14-0. Mifflin County leads, and they get it to start the second half. We'll be right back. You're at halftime. Mifflin County's up 14-0 over the Northern York Polar Bears.
We welcome you back to Kishbank Field at Donald M. Chapman III Stadium, where we're going to take you around the mid-pen here as we have the fan cam going on. It's neon night in the student section. First, let's head down to Redland, where Lower Dolphin is beating the Patriots 6-0. Scored on a rushing touchdown, failed the 2-point conversion. So we go to Waynesboro. Let's see if we have a score. We don't have a score in Waynesboro yet. So now let's check Shippensburg here. Nothing from Shippensburg. So the only score that I can 100% confirm is that Lower Dolphin are beating the Redland Patriots 6-0. So we have the fan cam here going on. Student section, like we said, it's neon night. Next time you'll see us, September 12th. 2 Fridays from now, as the Mifflin County Huskies have a strong test up against Hershey. As let's dive a little bit into some of the statistics from let's just dive into some notes. Here, let's start with the Northern York Polar Bears. Second game on the season. They lost last week 34-0 at
Spring Grove.
Spring Grove. Thank you,
Why was
Colston.
my mic so far?
Because you don't have it up all the way. There you go, Colston.
Hey, you guys hear me now? Yippee.
Lost 11. Lost 34-0 against Spring Grove in week 1. Beat Mifflin County last year 41-34 in overtime. Next game at home for the Polar Bears versus Lower Dolphin, currently beating the Redland Patriots. Colston, tell us a little bit about the Huskies.
Huskies' second game on the year, obviously 1-0, coming off the 42-0 win shutout in the debut of the stadium against Central Mountain. Lost in heartbreaking fashion to Northern York last year, 41-34, and they were coming off at the end of the first in that game up 20-7. Now it's 14-7. It's 14-0 at halftime here. That's about the same points, so I would not count Northern York out.
Do not count out Northern York. I mean, we've seen them have 2 drives inside the red zone at one point that did not convert. So let's see what if they're able to do anything this drive here against Mifflin County's going to start with the ball in the second half. Colston, do you have anything else you want to add before we get to second half action here at Donald M. Chapman Stadium?
Both teams outscored by their opponents in terms of total points last year. 6 points difference. Both went 4-6. Mifflin County outscored by 50. Northern York by 56. Now, in terms of highlights here at the 14-0 break, Mifflin County will get it to start the second half. And obviously, it was a slow start. Northern York got into the red zone twice, but both times intercepted. Reese Christine with the first one and Lucas Hartung with the second. After that second pick by Hartung, they drove down the field with seemingly ease. And Hartung, his first offensive snap, capped it off with a touchdown. He did walk off the field, but we'll see if he comes back later. And then on the kickoff, straight after that, the fumble, Trey Smith, and the pickup by Gavin Harrington. And to end the half, Dom dominated there with the Hail Mary touchdown to make us 14-0 Huskies as we're about to get second half action. Mifflin County gets it here to start the second half here. It's the Mifflin County Huskies taking on the Northern York Polar Bears. Second half action is coming up next.
We welcome you back. Sorry, look at the Hail Mary one last time, caught by Dom here, just over the head of the Polar Bear defender. That would have been Dalton Porter, the junior, 5'10". And that right there really gave all the momentum to the Huskies. Here's one last angle, near side, throwing it up to the end zone. Caught. That is not Dom. That's Easton Zook with the touchdown reception. So you've got that wrong for the whole half. Attaboy, Colston.
Well, at least we figured it out. Okay, sorry, Easton, if you're watching this afterwards. That's a mess up on my part. Put the hand up. Man, there goes all my credibility out the window. I'm never getting on ESPN. Anyway, 14-0 here. Clock shows you can't see it. Less than 2 minutes here as both sides getting ready. Northern York, they've came back once here against Mifflin County. That time only 13 points. But the thing is, at halftime here last year, it was a 7-point game. So this obviously, they've came back from 13 points, but that was after one quarter. They're down 14 here with only 2 quarters left to go.
What a view of the campus here. I know I keep saying it a lot.
As they switch it.
As we go to the head coaches there, Coach Breon. But this campus is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I'm so upset that this is my senior year and I don't get to be here more. But
the big question here, I feel like if you're Northern York, you saw last week, they switched quarterbacks. Now, I don't think it's too drastic yet to have to switch quarterbacks because we've seen some success on the bootleg plays and all that. But you've seen Mifflin County as time has went on, they have been able to stop the run. They've been able to stop the pass. The question, do you try and switch it up, switch your quarterbacks maybe? Because we saw last week with nothing left to prove as they lost 34-0, they switched quarterbacks to see what they had. It's only a 14-point game, but if things get dire, do you switch your quarterback, Aiden?
I don't think so. I wouldn't switch your quarterback at all so far because I think I think Northern York has put together enough solid drives to where the credibility does not need to be taken away from the quarterback. Other than those 2 bad passes, the lob to Christine and then the interception by Hartung, he's played good enough to stay that he is the starting quarterback, and he is proving himself here tonight. The senior, number 2, Grady Bonin. As the clock hits under 10 seconds, Mifflin County will start the half with the ball. If we go up by 3 scores here, Colston, I don't want to kiss it goodnight, but
it'd be almost over. I do want to say before we start the second half, I feel like we should just give a little bit more credit to Chase Hartung. We had the pass Joel Beamer, 1-on-1, perfect ball. We had the pass there to Zook there at the end of the half, perfect ball. I almost said Dom again.
I knew you
tell.
did.
But obviously, I feel like we got to give a little bit more credit to Hartung. Last week, he was efficient. He was sharp. Seems like so far here today, he's done the same. We saw as they got further into the game, they started out with a lot of rushing, Mifflin County. The second part of this first half, they really tried to air it out, and it's been working. So we'll see if they continue that approach or try and slow it down here, trying to get that run game more involved.
You know what I would do here in this situation, Colston? On the opening play, just air it out. Go for a deep shot. That's what I'm thinking if I'm Coach Breon. You're up by 14. You have all the momentum in the world. I think even if Hartung throws a pick here, you still have the momentum just from how good the last 60 seconds in that first half was. I truly think that you throw the ball down the field on this opening play and you try to put the dagger in.
The kicker here is not the freshman. It's going to be Mike Helmold, the sophomore here. He's going to kick it off, his first action of the night. Second half football. Huskies, Polar Bears is underway here. Going to be a deep kick here over the head, and it'll be a touchback for the Huskies. You see the sophomore has a leg to him.
Don't see touchbacks a whole lot in high school football, but it's a nice refresher. Make sure nobody gets injured on the kickoffs because, obviously in the NFL, I have a different kickoff format to protect player safety. That has not taken place in college or high school yet. Wonder if it ever will. The NFL still testing that out, that new kickoff format. Kickoffs or touchbacks still only go to the 20-yard line, so it'll be the Huskies starting at their own red zone. And you got man coverage one-on-one on the near side of the field with Joel Beamer, I'd throw it up here one-on-one.
Here's Hartung here. First play, simple handoff up the middle of the Strohecker. Trying to move, get some yardage. But you see Northern York is there once again. They've been pretty solid on it all night. It's going to be second and long here for the Huskies.
I said throw it out, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with running the ball on 1st and 10. That's the common census thing to do there. But second and long, I still think with this air raid offense, I like to call them an air raid offense. You throw the ball here on 2nd and long.
Here comes Hartung coming over to the huddle here on 2nd down, trying to get something going here after only a 2-yard gain. Strohecker's still the back. We'll see if we get more Hartung here. I liked what I saw in the first half if he can return. Obviously, Strohecker, the lead back. As we're going to get a pass here, Hartung. He's got plenty of time.
There's
He's
that
going
deep
to
shot.
air and out.
And
And
the flag is thrown. Pass interference. Dodger Weaver was the target, and that's why you throw that deep shot right there.
You saw Weaver. He had his man here. You like Hartung there, airing it out there. And one-on-one, you saw the tug of the jersey. Can't have that. We're going to get the replay here, Hartung.
Dropping back. Nice job to sense the pressure, step up, has the one-on-one deep with Dodger, and clear jersey tug, pulls him down to the ground. That'll be a 15-yard penalty against the Polar Bears, and that's why you take that deep shot.
They're going to call it, instead of pass interference, they're going to call it holding. So a bit of a shorter penalty, but it's going to be 10 yards and an automatic first down for the Huskies.
Once I looked at the replay and the official call came out, I do agree with the holding more than the pass interference. Had a hold of the back of the jersey, and it'll be a first down and 10 for the Huskies.
Huskies here up 14. That's exactly what you want. Rattle the opponent here. Get a penalty here quick. Going to be Hartung. Play action bootleg. Just going to throw it short here to Farley. Got the catch, and he's got the first down as well.
There's a play action bootleg. All the receivers. We had a drag, a cross, and a deep cross. Some would consider it a post. But, you have your short, your medium, your deep target, and whatever Northern York's going to give you, you got to take it in that situation. The Huskies do. Hit the check down to Farley, and it'll be a first down Huskies.
Seemed like Northern York there on that first down. We've seen so many carries there off that formation. They crashed down expecting that rush, and nothing came from it. The quick bootleg here to switch it out gives them a first down. 10 yards and a first. Let's see what Hartung goes to here. The pass
One-on-one.
Pass has been effective. They're going to give up the middle there to Brandon Kaufman. First action of the night for the senior. Not much going there.
What I was trying to say before I rudely interrupted Colston. My apologies on that. But Northern York is giving you these one-on-ones with Joel Beamer. And if I'm Coach Breon or if I'm Hartung, I might want to change the play, make an audible or something. And if you have that one-on-one, you go throw it. You go trust your receiver. Last time they threw it deep, they got the defensive holding call. Here's second and similar situation. Run gets stuffed up the middle. Here's second and long. Possible deep shot here for the Huskies.
We've seen so far, just an update, Haig has not returned to the field. So we'll see what Hartung can do here. Quick snap. They're going to pass. Some pressure. He's going to dump it down to Strohecker, and you see him put his head down. He loves to do that. Fight for extra yardage. It's going to be about a third and maybe 3.
Screen pass that didn't fully look like a screen, in my opinion, Colston. Looked like the lineman got a little too far down the field and just weren't directly ahead of the running back. And, maybe a little less obvious of a screen, but definitely was there. As Colston said, it'll be 3rd and 4 from midfield.
I said 3rd and 3, but 3rd and 4 nonetheless here at midfield for the Huskies. They've attempted many passes here on this opening drive. Do they go to the rush? They will. Handoff up the middle. Strohecker moving around. That's going to be close.
Penalty flag.
They're going to see what the call is.
It was it was from the near side judge, and it looked like Dom threw his hands up like he knew what the penalty was. Let's see what it is. This is going to convert from either a 4th and 1 to a maybe 3rd and 11. I don't know. You don't see a whole lot of run plays that aren't holding penalties when the laundry is thrown. Illegal formation or illegal shift against the Huskies. So that'll move them back 5 yards, and it'll make it 3rd down and 6. Or 3rd and 8, my apologies.
You saw Dom. I think Dom there at the side, I thought he thought that it was against the Polar Bears. Because from the side judge's perspective, there's no way it can't be. Obviously, Dom was wrong there. But now, it's going to be 3rd and 8. And that's not what you want from Mifflin County. Obviously, you've had success with the pass. They're most likely going to go back to it here. Not really on the punting side of the field. We'll see, though. 3rd and 8 at the 45. Clock ticking, 14-0, 9:40 left in this 3rd quarter.
There's 8 seconds left on the play clock. I'm looking for Nevin Farley on this play. He's been the leader on this drive so far.
Hartung will get it off. Looking to pass once again. Plenty of time. He's going to step up, try and make a move, fight for yardage.
Did the ball pop out?
He is very close. They're going to call him, I believe, down.
Hartung on the run.
4th down, and about where it was last time. It's going to be maybe 1 or 1.5.
Now, this might be my aggression coming out, but I'd go for it here. 4th and 1 officially.
We saw, I believe it was 4th and 1 earlier, and Mifflin County did not go for it. Had the offense out, then switched to the punt. As we see the hitter on Hart. As of right now,
Hartung's out on the field.
they did say that earlier, and then they went to punt.
Right here we can see Hartung, referee, playing the best defender on that replay. Blocking our view. I think this, we usually criticize early timeouts. I don't hate this one right here. Timeout, Mifflin County. We're going to take a break with them. You're watching MCTV football.
In the third quarter, Shippensburg 14, Hershey 7.
So we welcome you back to MCTV with some scores around the district and the conference. State College beating Altoona 21-7. Shippensburg beating Hershey 14-7. And Redland, after being down 6 at the end of the half, scored 14 straight over the Lower Dolphin Falcons, 14-6.
Waynesboro 7.
They're in the third quarter of that one. Redland is. We're in the third quarter of this one as well. A pivotal play here. Heavy set for Hartung and company. Here's 4th and 1 from the 48-yard line.
I just run it up the middle. Well, you do have press coverage. Look out for a possible deep ball.
We'll see here, Hartung. 4th and 1. Simple handoff here. Strohecker, he's got plenty of room, and he's got a first down.
First down with ease by about 2 or 3 yards. As we're getting another score here. Gettysburg is beating Waynesboro 32-7.
Gettysburg, we saw last year, they put up points against Mifflin County. They play them later in the year.
I believe that'll be our senior night, providing that senior night would be the last home game. That'll be the last, like I said, it would be the last home game, and 98% sure it's senior night.
Mifflin County here. Revenge game right now. Going to plan. They're up 14-0 coming off a 41-34 loss last year to the Polar Bears. They've got 1st and 10 at the 45 of the Polar Bears here. Hartung here. Simple handoff to Strohecker. He's got plenty of room to fight for yardage. It's going to be about 4 yards. 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 there. Another handoff to Strohecker up the middle. And now this is just me. I've said this multiple times during this game, and especially in this second half, but you do have one-on-one coverages with receivers that you think can beat these Polar Bear cornerbacks. Because as we've seen last season, 34-41, final score, like I just said, high-scoring game. So we know the defenses may have bulked up a little this season as it's 14-0. But still, there will be some holes in this defense, as once again, it looks like all-out pressure. The Bears stuff in the box.
Once again, a handoff up the middle. Simple Strohecker. That ball is out, and it's going to be the Polar Bears recovering.
Polar Bears think they fall on it, and they signal that they have. And just like that, the Polar Bears get some momentum.
Not what you want to see. Mifflin County seemingly in full control. We'll take a look at this play here. Strohecker, simple handoff up the middle, and you just get a hand on that. That's number 7, Gavin McKee, defensive edge, the other fullback on this Polar Bears roster.
That is a big-time play by a sophomore.
And now it's going to be the Polar Bears. I believe it's going to be a legal substitution against the Polar Bears. You get the turnover, and already you're behind the sticks.
I was talking about taking a deep shot early in that drive. The difference why I feel like throwing a pick on that possible deep play and that fumble right there is you don't have as much of that momentum to ride as you did in that first play, because now the offense is slowed down, and Northern York is finally finding a fight in this game. Here's 1st and 15.
At the 39-yard line, quarterback keeper once again trying to get some room, makes a move, and a great tackle there by Arendt.
So I believe that would be Dodger Weaver for Mifflin County, and a Polar Bear receiver getting into it a little bit after the play. Obviously some frustration from both sides of the field, from both sides, especially the Polar Bears, as other than those 2 drives late in the first half, Mifflin County has not generated a whole lot of offense. But the Polar Bears have had arguably more and better chances than the Huskies, but they just have not been able to convert.
Both times in the red zone, unable to convert. Almost 14 points left on the board. A fight by the quarterback there. That's Harrington with him on the tackle. But it's going to be 3rd down. And this is why you can't be behind the sticks too quick. This is a run-first team. And you've had 2 straight, pretty solid runs that would have ended in a first down if it was 10 yards. Now it's 3rd and 4.
The Dog Pound getting up on their feet for this big down here at midfield. Need to get to the Huskies' 46-yard line to get a first down.
3rd and 4 at midfield. Mifflin County's defense pretty good on 3rd down so far. Let's see if they continue it here. At midfield, 3rd and 4. Simple handoff up the middle, and it's going to continue. Johnson has nowhere to go, and it's 4th down.
I love how much these juniors are stepping up into these roles. Trey Smith, I believe a senior, was able to get there right away. So let's take a look at the replay here. Handoff. Trey Smith kind of splits through the A-gap, follows him through. A bunch of Huskies there. And it'll be a 3 and out, I believe. Colson, am I right on that?
It is a 3 and out here for the Polar Bears. Deep is not Haig. It's going to be Beamer to return.
Timeout called by, I believe, the Huskies.
We'll see, and it will be. Huskies take a second timeout. Now that one I don't really love. 5:51 left to go, though. We'll take it with them. The Huskies up 14-0 over the Polar Bears. We'll be right back right after this.
Kishbank Field at Donald M. Chapman. Golston wanted to open us up, but I took the honor of it. Kishbank Field at Donald M. Chapman III Stadium is where the Huskies play their new home games here at this new facility. And it's going to be a punt here as we return from the Huskies timeout.
4th and 8 at the 46. High snap. Once again, pressure. That's a deep kick. That one touched by the Huskies. It bounces out of bounds. It's going to be Beamer getting away with one there.
Oh, I don't know. I think you really got to bring that ball in. If you're Beamer, I get it. You're not used to the punt returner position, but you're a receiver. You still got to bring it in with your hands. That one just lost it in the nighttime sky there. So the Huskies are going to get possession at the 25-yard line.
Huskies here, I feel like even after, you get the fumble there by Strohecker, you still have a bit of that momentum after the 3 and out. Here, 14-0, trying to pitch a second straight shutout. We'll see. We're going to get a late substitution here. Trying to get set. Does Hartung snap it? He does. It's going to be a quick pass here. Strohecker coming off the fumble, gets the pass. Fights for some extra yardage there. We've seen a couple of those dunk plays. Some of them have worked, some of them haven't. That one doesn't work very well. It's going to be about 2nd and maybe 10.
2nd down and 8.
They're going to call it 2nd and 8. Hartung with the little dip and dunk to Strohecker. As Landon Haig still is yet to be, now this might not be him. I'm not 100% sure. But I believe I see Landon Haig with his jersey off, holding a crutch down. That's not 100%. I cannot confirm or deny that, but that just caught my eye. Just don't 100% me on that.
It's going to be a handoff here up the middle. Strohecker, they're trying to pop it out again. Strohecker there will get down. It's going to be third down, about maybe 4 or 3.5.
Down after a gain of 3.
It's going to be 3rd and 5? 3rd and 5 here as we go back to the instant replay.
Hartung here, just a simple handoff up the middle to Strohecker. We've seen him get a little bit of holes in 4 yards each play. I mean, that ends up in a touchdown. So not a bad gain at all there. Very consistent here as we get a look at the coaches here on the sideline for Mifflin County. Shane Breon there, the head coach of this Huskies team. He has his team up 14 and has a 3rd and 4 here. Quick throw here. At least he's looking for it here. Hartung, plenty of time, and he's just going to throw that one away.
It's a nice play call there by Hartung. Sees nobody open. Just the smart thing to do, throw it away.
And that should be a 3 and out unless the
I believe a
Huskies
penalty
decide to go
flag
for
was
it.
thrown. There's a penalty flag, and it's going to be intentional grounding, I believe, again. Or I'm not sure if that was intentional grounding or a illegal hands to the face. Illegal block against the Huskies. Penalty is declined. It'll be 4th down.
And it will remain 4th down.
Either way, it most likely would have ended there with a Huskies punt. Beamer was the returner. Now he's the punter here. With 4:02 left to go in this third quarter, I'm Colston Diven.
And I'm Aiden Stevens. 4:02 left, just like Colston said. Punt high, sky kick into the moonlight. Fair catch called for and caught the 28-yard line. A really dirty hit there, and nothing's going to be called. We have a Husky down, and that was just an uncalled for hit. What? I don't see. The fair catch was already called for. Why would I just, you never want to see injuries.
That's Tristan Welch with the hit.
Who was it that got hit? I can't quite tell from this angle. And Husky's down on a knee. That is...
I believe that's a penalty. Fair
I
catches
agree.
it, and no call.
That's... That could have been avoided so easily. That is one of the dirtiest plays I've seen in a while, I must say. Let's hope the Huskies okay over there on the far side of the field. That was...
That's Jacob Traxler with the hit.
It's the long snapper.
Long snapper for the Huskies got an offer by Arkansas, so that's quite cool. Got invited to their camp, if you don't know. Just a little fun fact for you. But that's not what you want to see, him going down. I mean, that's your long snapper. You have no idea how massive the long snapper is as a player for those punts, those kicks. You hate to see that.
A long snapper. Traxler's up. He's going to be needed help to the sideline. That was...
just unnecessary, I feel.
I agree. I mean, I talked about this a little bit yesterday with the Central Mountain game. I believe there was not a fight, but there was a dispute. A couple players getting into it. The game was already over. And now I get it. It's a 14-point game. You've had good offensive possessions, and you just haven't been able to capitalize. But don't take your anger out like that.
I believe they're actually going to maybe give them a penalty.
It was a flag on the punt. It was a 10-yard holding penalty against the Polar Bears.
It wasn't on the hit, but it's a 10-yard holding penalty against the Polar Bears. So a little bit of retribution there. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. So a long field to go once again. Let's see what they can do here. We saw them start out quick. Not much since. 14-0 our score. Let's see if they can answer here on 1st and 10. Johnson here going to look to throw. Haven't seen much. High throw and into the other receiver's hands.
Now that right there, that was not on my bingo card there. Off of one receiver's hands into another. It's like a gift on Christmas, Colston.
That's Tristan Renich with the catch there. The junior, 5'10", 165. Listed as a safety as well. It's going to be a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. You get a quick short pass trying to get some momentum going. Obviously, this team hasn't been passing much, but time's running out. You may need to get a little bit of pass action in here. 2nd and 5. Handoff Johnston. Up the middle. He's going to be short of that first down to gain. 3rd and about maybe 3 or 2.
Tackled by Corbin Yoder.
It'll be 3rd and short. This is where this run-heavy offense will work out for Mifflin County.
For Northern York.
Or for Central York, my apologies. Or Northern York. 3rd time's the charm. That's what they say usually, right?
That was Corbin Yoder, the senior, number 56, on the tackle. It's going to be 3rd and 3 here for the Polar Bears. Once again, heavy formation. Simple handoff to the Huskies. Stop them this time. It looks like from our angle he's going to get the first down.
Gabe Johnson on the carry.
And he will move the chains.
Gain of
Last
7
drive,
yards.
3 and out. We haven't had a first down since that fumble drive from Strohecker. Polar Bears get their first down of this second half. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 35. 3 minutes left to go here in this third quarter. There, your Mifflin County Huskies lead 14-0 over the Northern York Polar Bears.
You know, Colston, we were talking early in the game, before the game, about an hour and a half or so. I said 14-7, and, you know, how things are going, we could very realistically have that score. Dropping back to pass, got hit, is thrown. High ball looking, and there's going to be a penalty flag on Weaver. Pass interference. He never knew the ball was thrown that way.
Obviously, I think he's trying to read the receiver's eyes. That's Cash Keck. Love that name.
Can you not say that after every time you say his name?
I'm sorry. But obviously, I think Weaver just trying to read the eyes, and he just pulls them down. We're going to take a look at the replay here. You see, this is a very, if he looks here, it's a very interceptable ball. It's a floater here, one-on-one. They haven't been trying those one-on-ones all day, but the Polar Bears had a flag like that earlier. It goes both ways. It's Weaver there, the junior, with the penalty. And it's going to be a 1st and 10, 15-yard penalty for the Huskies. They're going to be at the 50 with a 1st and 10.
Shotgun. Don't usually see this out of the Polar Bears.
Going to be a handoff, Johnston up the middle. Solid gain of about 3 or 4. Obviously, we've seen Johnston here. When you're down 14, not much time to really meticulate a drive with how they've been playing. And 3 yards, unless they go for it every time on 4th and 1, that's not a touchdown drive. So 2nd and 7 here. Let's see what they go to here. Those heavy formations, I feel like haven't been utilized as much here in the second half, as we're going to see shotgun for the 2nd straight time.
Don't usually see it out of this Polar Bears team. Roll out pass, looking, hits the comeback route wide open. 1st down, Weaver in coverage.
That's going to be caught by number 5, Wingrich, once again. He's starting to get involved here as that number 1 guy here for the Polar Bears in this second half. It's going to yet again move the chains. Now you see the Polar Bears start to use that passing attack, and it's working in succession. 1st and 10.
Mainly Northern York, but the Huskies do mix in some run. But now we're going to the air, and it's working for both teams. But remember, every time Northern York gets around this area in the field, good things start going to bad.
1:54 left to go. We got some motion here. 5 wide. Quick pass, Wingrich again. He's going to get a screen, and the Huskies trying to force that ball out, and hit by Arndt there late. No call. 2nd down.
Nice job by the Huskies getting to the screen quick on that one. It'll be 2nd and long still.
At the 33.
We see there on the replay there, you don't see many screen passes. The last one worked. This one, not much going for it. Plenty of Huskies there. Not great blocking there, really, from the Polar Bears. You see about 4 Huskies there for only a gain of about 2, maybe 3.
It'll be 2nd and 8 officially. Gain of 2 on the screen pass.
They're going to have to get to this.
Line quick. 5 seconds on the play clock.
We'll see if they get it off. They do. Simple handoff, Johnston. Up the middle, Corbin Yoder's the first one to get to him, and he'll get down, and we'll have 3rd and about 3, maybe 4. We're under a minute left here in this third quarter. Let's see if they use some tempo here or let that clock continue to drain.
It'll be 3rd and 4. We know Northern York is not afraid to go for it in this area of the field on 4th down. Don't be shocked if they run the ball here to set themselves up for a 4th down play.
We saw earlier, I think it was 3rd and 4. They ran it with Johnston, and it went nowhere. Or maybe it was around 3rd and 2, actually, I believe. But obviously 3rd and 4, as you said, they're not afraid to go for it. This could be a running down 3rd and 4, though. Bootleg. Once again, same play. Pass, corner out. That one is caught. They're going to say, I believe he has it at the sideline. Geidel here getting involved now. Same route, different man. 1st and 10 here for the Polar Bears.
That's working well for the Polar Bears. If they don't run a play like that, or if Huskies try and play press coverage, they could just beat them deep and find themselves to be a one-score game with just under 20 seconds left to go in this 3rd quarter. You're watching Mifflin County football on MCTV. He's Colston Div, and I'm Aiden Stevens. So here comes 1st and 10.
Going to be a quarterback keeper, and the Huskies are there. That's number 20.
Aiden Daubert.
Aiden Daubert, thank you, the senior. 5'11". You haven't seen him really do much here tonight, and he makes his impact here as the 3rd quarter comes to a close. 14-0 your score. It's all defense here throughout the 2nd half. But the Huskies, 12 minutes left to go here to start 2-0 here in the new stadium. 14-0. Huskies lead the Polar Bears. We'll be right back with the final quarter right after this.
It's the start of the 4th quarter.
12 minutes left to go here in MCTV. Flip sides here, 2nd and 13 for the Polar Bears.
At the 27 here, we're going to get a quick start here. Bootleg, they've been passing a lot more. We see pressure from behind, and he is sacked. They don't get rid of it. Sacked in the backfield by Jared Kenny. And Mifflin County here, 2 straight plays, they lose yardage. Now 3rd and long, and we've seen throughout the night, so far really, Northern York has not been good behind the sticks. So this is going to be a big loss. 3rd and a country mile to go.
Came off the right edge there, and he just hawked them down, able to get him by the shoulder pads. It's 3rd and 18, and a big play here as the Polar Bears are heading towards the Husky student section. 3rd down and 18 as we look at the replay one last time. Receiver in motion.
We're going to see here, quick pass. Pressure once again. Screen pass here to number 20. He's got a little bit of room. Tackled from behind. And I believe that ball came out.
Now, this game's getting really chippy, especially after that Traxler play.
It did not come out. We just see, a little bit chippiness like you said. But it's going to be 4th down, and I feel like this late in the game, you have to go for it. There's a long field goal for high school, and down 14, a field goal doesn't do much for you.
No, it doesn't. It still remains a 2-score game. And I know the student section, the dog pound is getting loud.
Biggest down of the night so far. Does the Huskies defense continue to hold strong? 4th and 6 in the red zone at the 20. Bootleg here, quick pass. Just going to go for that out route again. It's caught.
He's short.
He's, I believe, short. We'll see what the marking is.
I believe he's short.
We'll see. From our angle, he's short.
It's a 4th down stand for Mifflin County.
They did it twice. It worked. 3rd time's the charm for the defense. We take a look at the replay here. Just a simple bootleg. They've done it this is the 3rd time they've done it, and the Huskies are used to it. He caught it. If he stays right there, that's a 1st down.
That is all Joel Beamer right there. Making his biggest play of the night. Able to wrap him up, not let him get break that tackle, get forward progress, and the Huskies have a big stand here in a big game at Kishbank Field.
Beamer really offensively great last week, defensively this week. Hartung and company back on offense up 14. It's going to be Strohecker up the middle fighting for yardage. Not much to go there. As really, if you're the Huskies, 10 minutes left. Obviously, you want to try and score, but I feel like the main thing here is protect the football.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to take your time going down the field. That is the main thing for Mifflin County. Slow and steady wins the race as we welcome you all. If you're just tuning in, 10 minutes left to go here in some mid-pen football. You're listening to MCTV. Colston Divin alongside. I'm Aiden Stevens here, 2nd and 9 at the Huskies 16.
Huskies mainly have been in shotgun. Do we see a little bit of Wildcat, some trickery here late in the game? Hartung here, quick pass here, a little bit high. It's caught, making a move there. Lots of players there. Number 24 with the catch.
That's Hartung.
That's going to be Lucas Hartung here. His first play there last time was that touchdown. This time, they're right over it. No gain. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Exactly what the Polar Bears need if they can get a 3-and-out here.
You're Mifflin County here. You want to try and come up with something over the middle. Usually a drag or a shallow cross usually gets the job done here, especially with this Polar Bear man coverage defense that we've been seeing so far. As the clock ticks under 9 minutes left to go. Huskies looking to improve to 2-0. Polar Bears trying to battle back to 500. Here's 3rd and 9.
Hartung here is going to take the snap, look to pass. Got plenty of time. He's going to throw it to Strohecker, makes the catch, gets a move. Good yardage gain, but I believe that's going to be 4th down.
4th and 2, maybe 1. And if you're Mifflin County, I know this sounds really conservative, but I think you punt this ball. If you go for it and you don't get it, and I believe that's what Mifflin County's going to do, I think this is the smart decision. If you go for it, you don't get it. This Polar Bear offense gets it inside your own red zone here as Strohecker makes something out of nothing here, fighting for everything that he can, cuts back inside. Here's 4th and 2. Beamer stands at his own 7-yard line. The returner at the never mind.
Beamer here to punt. Plenty of room here. That's going to be a short one. Trying to bounce back. Huskies need to pick it up. It's going to be a short field for the Polar Bears, which is exactly what they need at the 49.
It just seems like this Huskies red zone defense has looked stellar so far tonight. Obviously getting the stop there. You have the 2 interceptions in the red zone by Christine and Hartung respectively. And here comes another chance for this Husky defense to prove why it's here. Northern York has yet to score a point this season 7 quarters in.
Let's see if they can strike here. Quarterback under center. Going to be a pass here. They're going to look in quick. Quick out there to number 14, Dalton Porter. He's been quiet, the junior, 5'10". And that's going to be caught for about a gain of 8. Mifflin County here trying to improve to 2-0 here, coming off the 42-0 win. Still has not let up a single point here, so we're going to take a look at the replay here. Under center, you see here for Bowen, just a quick pass out. Once again, the ref gets in the way. But Beamer there, Armand as well.
So they're running tempo. They're already under center. They're dropping back to pass. Same play. Quarterback steps up, feels the pressure, is able to do enough to get to the 30, and a 1st down Polar Bear.
What I've seen so far, it seems the quarterback rushes, those are usually read options, but obviously Bowen can rush. We've seen it all night, and that's really the first time I think it's really been effective. You don't see anybody open. Why not take it up the middle? Take that 1st down for yourself.
That's definitely the first time it's been effective here in the second half, as we are already under 7 minutes. This game has flown by, as we're not even 2 hours from kickoff start time here. If you're just joining in, Huskies scored 2 touchdowns in the last 30 seconds of the first half. A Hail Mary caught by Easton Zook. Here's 1st and 10. Quarterback rolling out, surveying, wants it all down the field. Overthrown, incomplete, uncatchable there. Nice job by the Huskies in defense. Christine in coverage. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
That's intended for Cash Keck. Love that name. And obviously one-on-one here. You've seen this Polar Bears team. They haven't taken many deep shots. They took more than Central Mountain, I'll say that. But they've We've seen them take a couple deep shots, but really so far it hasn't been effective. The most they've got is that penalty there against Weaver. One-on-one there, nothing going, and it's 2nd and 10 as you're behind the sticks.
With a run-heavy team behind the sticks, that is not good. Here's 2nd and 10, making an audible.
We'll see here, making an audible. Quick pass, high and caught, and what a tackle there. Just going for the knees. That's Dodger Weaver, I feel like making up for his mistake earlier.
That is if he doesn't get there, that could break off for a really big play. Here's 3rd and 8 for the Polar Bears. They went for it last time. We're going to go to the instant replay. Dropping back, one read pass, high, and Dodger's right there to snatch the ankles. He could have very easily bounced that outside and make it a big play. Halfway through this 4th quarter, penalty flag is called, and it'll be against the Polar Bears.
That's going to be a legal substitution. You saw them trying to do it late, but the Huskies never substituted. So it's going to be 3rd and 13. As we've said, the Polar Bears have not been great behind the sticks, and now it gets even longer. Got to expect a pass, maybe a bootleg, or that corner route we've been seeing here the past 3 times. If you're the Huskies.
Route. It's worked really well.
But now, 3rd and 13 with triple fives on the scoreboard. 5:55 left to go. 3rd and 13 for the Polar Bears. Once again, bootleg, looking for something. He'll step up. They're there. He's just going to throw airmail one-on-one. Incomplete. That's Christine on the coverage. And Mifflin County's defense, this second half, stellar.
Absolutely clamped on that one. Reese Christine making a second pass break up. That one just a deflection. The last one an interception. Nice play by Christine, able to get back to the ball as we go to the instant replay here. Nice job by the Huskies defensive line. I feel like they haven't been talked about enough. Getting the pressure, making them throw this jump ball one-on-one down the field. As Christine right there to break it up. It's 4th and 13, and the Polar Bears are going for it.
Pandas would be hype. Anyway, 14-0. Possibly the game here if they don't get another shot. We're having 5 wide for the first time tonight for the Polar Bears. So we're going to get a stoppage and play a flag.
Oh, is this going against delay of game? Or no, timeout was called by the Polar Bears. Here comes a 4th and 13. Colston, what do? That comeback route's been usually getting you 6 yards or so. And that bootleg that you ran a couple of times, that hasn't been working as well as it should. Colston, what do?
I feel like so far, I do like the call because you haven't ran 5 wide all night. To do that 5 wide here on 4th and 13, try and catch maybe some one-on-one off guard. But you've seen, I feel like all night, this Northern York receiver core has not gotten separation. I feel like even if they had got separation, it's been a penalty like Weaver pulling them down by the jersey. It's not separation that's getting them yardage. It's penalties or
checkdowns.
Or checkdowns. So even if you do that, corner route, you maybe get 6-7 yards. That wasn't on purpose, I swear.
It's 4th and 13. The moonlight shines here in Mifflin County as the sun could set for the chances for the Polar Bears. Shotgun, 2 receivers to the far side.
4th and 13. No bootleg here. Needs to step up. He's got pressure, and he's going down.
The Huskies' pressure has been so good tonight, and it proves why right there. Corbin Yoder, the senior, brings them down in the backfield, and with 5:39 left, the Huskies get the ball as we go to the instant replay.
We'll see here. Mifflin County just immediately getting pressure. You see number 10, that's Jared Kenny getting there, and then Corbin Yoder finishes it off. If Mifflin County can play a little bit of keep away here, it's going to be very tough for Northern York to come back in this one for the 2nd straight year in a row.
And Colston, this is a big win for Mifflin County. They lost this game close last year. There was another close game. I believe it was against Lower Dolphin at home. Lost 9-7. The Huskies went 4-6, but they could have very realistically gone 6-4, maybe even 7-3. So that one's going to get back to the line. That's it.
That's Brandon Kaufman. 2nd carry, 2nd snap on the day. Hasn't had much here, the senior. And Mifflin County in prime position to start 2-0 next week at Mechanicsburg.
That's
And
going to be a real big test.
That's going to be a real big test.
I believe they won the Mid-Penn last year, if I'm not mistaken. Both them and Shippensburg, who Mifflin County plays twice in the next 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken on that.
Kaufman staying in here at running back as he 3 for 3 on carries with him in. Under 5 minutes left to go here. Huskies 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line. They're going to give him putting his head down, but really, this drive we've seen the Polar Bears are stopping the run.
Originally, it was the Polar Bears running and the Huskies throwing. Now with the situation, we're reversed. Mifflin County trying to run as much clock as they can. They can snap this ball with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left at the absolute latest.
3rd and 8. Clock running out. And when is the point here? You have to use timeouts here if you're the Polar Bears. Down 14. Even if you get the ball back here, let's say 3.5 minutes left, you already used one on that 4th and 13 call, which wasn't successful.
And you need to get the ball back.
So the Huskies trying to bleed this clock dry. Kaufman the back here deep. That's going to be a stoppage in play. We'll see what the call
Timeout, Huskies.
is.
That's their last of the game.
Obviously, this game isn't over just yet. 4:05, excuse me, left to go. The Huskies up 14, looking to improve to 2-0. We'll be right back right after this. We're back here taking a look back at the Lucas Hartung touchdown that got us started. Saw a break off a tackle. Really, he hasn't gotten much playing time, but
He went down after that play, and I understand why you want to keep your player safe. Here comes 3rd and 8. It could be the dagger for Mifflin County.
Kaufman still the back. Hartung looking to throw. Got plenty of time. Airmail. 2-on-1.
No way.
Fight for the ball. Who are they giving it to? They're saying he caught it. 1-on-1. Yes, who it is. Joel Beamer.
Hold on. I want to make sure because I believe they're both. They're still fighting for the ball. 50-50, I believe, goes to the receiver.
Do you
know what this reminds me of?
And Beamer gets it.
Oh, my goodness. Joel Beamer.
Does it again.
Mifflin County. That kind of reminded me. Fail Mary, 2012.
That is Joel Beamer. Does it again. He's been quiet all night. He's been great defensively. And he finally gets a big play there. We're going to take a look at the replay here. Hartung, may I say, offensive line. Plenty of time. He could read a book back there. But Hartung, plenty of time. He throws it. Trust his man. 2-on-1, as you can see. You see a little bit of a push-off. But Beamer, 1-on-1 now. He just always gets those balls. I don't even know what to say.
2012, week 3. It was Packers Seahawks. There was a jump ball to end the game, called for a touchdown. They call it the Fail Mary because it looked like the Green Bay defender reeled that ball in for an interception. They called it a touchdown. It looked like it looked so similar to that. It's so weird.
That is false start against the Huskies that I believe does stop the clock. 1st and 15 at the 30.
I think the clock was stopped because the officials had to get an official ruling on if that was a catch or not.
Maybe.
Joel Beamer just got the dagger.
I wouldn't say the dagger yet, but if you get any points on this drive, 3-possession game, extremely tough to come back from with 3.5 minutes left.
Well, you can run clock as well. You're going to get the ball. Even if you go 3 and out here, you punt the ball. There's like 2.5 minutes, you'll get the ball back. Here's a handoff.
We'll see Hartung here. They've given to Kaufman here late. There's another flag.
Holding.
Kaufman still not down. He finally will be. We'll see what the call is here.
Usually when you see runs up the middle like that and you see a penalty flag towards the line of scrimmage, you're going to assume it's holding, and that's exactly what it is. Holding against Mifflin County. It'll be 1st and 25 now.
Obviously not what you want. I feel like even with just a field goal, that's the dagger. 3-possession game, 3 minutes left to go, and only 2 timeouts, you would need touchdown, onside kick, touchdown, onside kick, just to have a chance. So that penalty there, I mean, it drives you back. I mean, 1st and 25.
It puts him out of field goal range as well, which might not seem as important because it gives you more field to possibly run out the clock. But also, Joel Beamer is the kicker. Could you imagine if he caught that ball and then he kicks the game-icing field goal?
That'd be ice in his veins. 3:15 left to go. The clock stops on the holding call. 1st and 25 at the 40. Gonna be another handoff. Kaufman, you can see, feels like Mifflin County just trying to drain some clock as it's up the middle. Kaufman, maybe a gain of 2-3. Timeout, Polar Bears.
I like that timeout call. You want to get the ball back with as much time as you can. And it looks like the Polar Bears are just playing for an onside kick at this point.
That'll leave them with only 1 timeout left to go. They used their other one earlier in the 4th and 13 call that ended in the sack for Corbin Yoder. The Huskies here, 2nd and 22 in prime position. As for games next, Mifflin County away at Mechanicsburg. I feel like the true test here through 3 weeks. And Lower Dolphin is who the Polar Bears take on at home here, trying to improve to 1-1 and beat Mifflin County 2 years in a row. But our next broadcast, neither of those games. We take on here football. We're taking on Hershey, the Trojans here on the 12th.
And it looks like Lower Dolphin right now facing down by 8 versus a Redland team who struggled last year, had 3 wins on the year in total, looking for win 2, and I believe it's a 4th and at least 20 for Lower Dolphin if they want any chance to be in that game. That's who the Polar Bears verse next week at home. So if any of you Northern York fans are watching at home, that's who you got next week at home and Friday.
2nd and 22 at the 37. Hartung, quick, no draw here. Going to be a rush here. Good movement. Going to be a solid gain of 12 for Strohecker. Possibly his best run of the night.
Golston's favorite player has been silent so far tonight. Breaks out right there with a big run. Here's 3rd and 10.
I don't play favorites. He's my breakout candidate. I don't play favorites, though. Besides Chase Hartung, he's my boy. Anyway, 3rd and 10 coming up.
You can't say you don't have favorites, then you say you have a favorite. Last time out, they're called by Northern York, so they're going to try and get a stop here. If they don't get a stop, with no 2-minute warning, the clock's going to run out a lot. Mifflin County is going to be well within field goal range. I think, this would be a 45-yarder from here.
I trust Beamer. He's had ice in his veins all year. I'm going to be real.
Well, I don't trust you trying to announce.
I'm not calling it. You call it.
For those of you who don't know, Colston incorrectly called 2 field goals last year. 1 extra point, 1 field goal. So I have the honor of announcing every single kick
Besides kickoffs
for the rest of the year. Here comes 3rd and 11 for the Huskies.
We won't need it if they get the first down here, however. 3rd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
I'd go end zone.
Let's see here. Does Hartung have a vintage moment in him? 3rd and 10. Running down the clock, taking his time. Hartung to pass. He's got pressure. Throwing it short. Strohecker.
Ooh.
He catches it, hangs on, but he makes it, and he gets back up like it's nothing.
That was a rough hit. Definitely 2nd roughest hit of the night. Owen Gilbert hasn't said his name, the senior, at all. I want to see Beamer kick this field goal.
Strohecker went, not that hard of a hit. You love to see it.
Bounces right back up.
It's a loss of 4, however.
Kick the field goal. I want to kick the field goal.
We'll see, however. If you miss the field goal, obviously it does mean that it's a, deep thing. There's Dom, Murph Radio. You love to see that. I know. I know he's probably going to see this, so, About 2 minutes left to go. I think if you're the Huskies here, play clock is not running, or they took a delay of game.
They took a delay of game, and they're going to punt this. I think that's the second option for Mifflin County.
I feel like this field goal here, realistically, I feel like Strohecker, obviously you want to fight for that catch, but maybe you drop it on purpose.
Why would
set up the field goal?
Well, if you drop it, the clock stops.
Yeah, but I feel like a field goal here would possibly end this game as we get the fan cam here. There's the student section, the dog pound, the dog pound. As the clock runs here, 2 minutes left to go, and I believe the offense is out there.
No, well, they are.
They're going
Really?
it is gut punch time. 4th and 18 for the Dagger.
We saw a 35-yard Hail Mary to end the first half. 38-yard Hail Mary possibly to end the game. Hartung.
Hartung. He says, let's go for the game. Incomplete. No flags. Minute 36 here left to go. Polar Bears take possession at the 34. No timeouts. So they're going to need a touchdown here for sure. And they're going to play with a little bit of tempo and that passing attack. We've seen it more in the second half. Let's see if they can get some passes in succession here.
Now, obviously here on MCTV, we root for the Huskies, but, really like to see Northern score a touchdown and get my exact score prediction right, 14-7.
I'm going for a shutout. I want a shutout.
I'm fine with either or.
Minute 36, 96 seconds, under center, 5 wide. That one high and caught there at the corner. Looking for some blockers. He's out of bounds at the 45.
And there's going to be a late hit out of bounds.
That one is caught by Landon Geidel.
Geidel.
Sorry. I literally said that earlier. I said Aiden, say Geidel. Like, whatever.
Listen to your own advice next time. But that one going to be a late hit out of bounds, and that gives the Polar Bears even more yardage. Now, this is something that I just thought of, Colston. What if you score? Do you go for 2?
I don't believe you do. Even though, obviously, this kicker, we've seen, I think there's only been one kick for the kicker here tonight. We've had one kick. It was started the second half. He kicked it off to Mifflin County. But it was a boomer. So I feel like even if you go for 2, if you don't get it, you can
have
only
to go
tie.
for 2 next time. And
you would have to go for 2 next time. If you want to win the game, of course. But as of right now, I say do not go for 2. You have to see what you can get first.
I think you go for 2 the first time so you get the possibility of winning it with an extra point. There's a curl route to the outside, gets a lot of room, and in 2 plays or so, can get out of bounds, which is also important, but a Central York player Northern York player is slow to get up.
That's Tristan Winrich with the catch. He's been the number 1 guy here in this second half, really, for Northern York. That clock does stop. Minute 21, 14-0. If you're just tuning in, you missed a lot, but you came at the perfect time.
This game by no means is over.
1st and 10, once again 5 wide. Looking for that quick pass once again. Plenty
Pressure.
of time. No
Did the
longer,
ball come
though.
out? Mifflin County thinks the ball comes out, and it does! Mifflin County, that is your dagger! Mifflin County is going to come out of here 2-0 after the fumble. Jaden Smith forces the fumble. Plays baseball in the spring right there. Shout out to Jay. Comes up with a big play and a big time. And like we said, as we go to the replay here,
It's
pressure off the edge.
The pressure has been here all day. That's forced out.
Smith's strip sack recovery, and that'll end it. Mifflin County will improve to 2-0.
Mifflin County here will improve to 2-0, and they won't allow a single point here through 2 weeks. Your next week, though, is a big test. They are going to Mechanicsburg, and I believe they lost. It was like 42-6.
It was 40-6 because that's the game that you got the extra point wrong.
Yeah. But obviously that's a true test because Mechanicsburg, they won the entirety of the
They won the Mid-Penn Conference.
The Mid-Penn Conference.
I would like to point something out. Mifflin County has yet to give up a point. Northern York has yet to score a point through 2 games. That really shows something out of these 2 teams. Northern York looking to bounce back next week as that'll be the final snap of the game.
That will do it. Mifflin County here as we take a look here at Jake Knable. It's Lucas Hartung there with touchdown 2-0. 20 seconds here. They're going to let the clock tick out. Mifflin County improves to 2-0 here with a 14-0 win. You were right. Low scoring. I said 27-17. You said 14-7. Your final score? Mifflin County is 2-0 with a 14-0 win over Northern York.
And the lights go out.
And the Polar Bears. Next games for both these teams. The Polar Bears at home taking on Lower Dolphin. And Mifflin County going to Mechanicsburg for a true test. Our next broadcast, though, is not going to be either of those games. we're going to be taking on Hershey football September 12th.
Colston, the key takeaways, in my opinion, from this game, the pressure has been the best it's been in a long time for Mifflin County. Rounds up to the quarterback. The defense has looked great as well. Also for Mifflin County, Hartung has his moments. He's looked really good so far. The Huskies, in a low-scoring game, you got to give credit to the defense. 0 points allowed through 8 quarters of 12-minute football. Truly impressive. As now we check up around the mid-pen. It's official. Redland defeats Lower Dolphin, and a 3-win team last year already gets their second in 2 weeks. All 14 of the Patriots' points came in the third quarter.
We see the Huskies here getting hype. 2-0 start. They're feeling good to take on Mechanicsburg. You see the fat W going up.
So we're going to play the alma mater here. Colston, do you have any final thoughts?
I feel like Mifflin County, obviously, Mechanicsburg is a true test. Obviously, an incredible program. But, I mean, with how they've been playing, I think we have a chance. I think we genuinely do here. I mean, both games, 42-14. Obviously, very different scores.
But the defense.
The defense, stellar. Both games.
Got to give your flowers to both Hartungs. Got to give your flowers to Chris Stein. Got to give your flowers to Zook. Smith with the game-winning strip sack. Overall, what looked like a rough first 23 minutes of play. That 1 minute of play, though, at the end of the first half.
All they needed.
14 points scored in that 60-second time frame, and that's all the points they needed. We thank you all for watching MCTV. Colston, any final words?
I feel like Mifflin County here, I just want to point out a little bit of MVPs here. Hartung, obviously, you could say for both games, he's been playing great. But my MVP personally is the man that started this whole, 14 points, Lucas Hartung.
I agree. He had a pick in the end zone, had the game technically winning touchdown as he scored the first points of the game. Those are all the only points that he needed. We thank you all for watching MCTV. I'm Aiden Stevens.
I'm Colston Divin.
We wish you all a safe and nice 2-week break. 2 weeks from tonight, Huskies, Hershey. Be there. Have a great week.
14-0, your final score. Mifflin County